Hello students, welcome back to computer class once again. Today I am not going to explain any programming. I will explain little bit theory. Already these all words some other way you have heard, but today I am explain this one elaborately. Package. What is package? Package is group of related class or interface together. It is treated in a single unit. We can say this is a container of class. So, in one container so many classes are together, and that container we are calling in a name, and that name is known as package simply. And this is an example of data abstractions and encapsulations both. Data abstractions in such a way, it's hide the detail inside and it will be provide us those method which method we want to use in our program. So, it is showing that data abstraction. Now, come to the encapsulation. What is the meaning of encapsulation? Encapsulations means it can be wrapping of all classes together and treat as a single package. So, we can say this one is showing us the OOPS principle encapsulations. Now, what is the use of this package? This package we can use, reuse in every program. Like till now I have given you so many programs and all the programs I have written in scanner class. So, scanner class, when I am using that next int method over there, then the next int method is comes from java.util package, and java.util package some programmer has written once, and we are using that util package again and again and again. How many program I am writing in all the programs. So, that util is a package which one we can use and use and use. That means all packages are written for reuse. Second things, all the human beings are not having same brain. They cannot do some complex work, which one programmer has done the work and store that one in package. So, new user without using so much of effort, without putting so much of effort, they can solve complex problems also by taking the help of this package. So, package is providing us so many methods. So, those methods are useful for programmers. So, like that package is used in many ways. Now, here I have given some example of the package java.lang. Java.lang is the basic package of Java, which one is whenever you are going to load your Java, these all packages will be loaded by itself, but java.lang is a package which one is also known as default package. Why it is known as default package? Because the moment you start opening your Java file, then automatically it is going to called by itself. Java compiler called this java.lang package itself. So, you need not use import word to call this java.lang package. That is why this is known as default package. Now, java.util we are using for scanner class. Java.io, this is also a big class, big package, which one all the input output functions are available in java.io. And if we are not using java.util package, even we are using java.io package, then also we can input the values through the keyboard during the program executions. But for that we supposed to use in place of scanner class input stream reader and buffer reader. Okay. Later on I will teach you that how you can do the input through input stream reader and buffer reader. Now, come for java.awt. Java.awt is a package through which we can create some Windows icons, you can say window accessories like OK, cancel buttons, then radio buttons, then check boxes. So, these all are small iconic commands which one we can use with this package, and this package can give us that kind of facilities to make them list, to make some pop-ups menu and list items. These all things are available in java.awt package. Now, java.applet. Java.applet is a package which one help us to make some web pages and make the link between that web pages with the web server. So, those things can be uploaded in your web server. Similarly, java.net also used to write the programs, and it is also having some special kind of functions. Now, after this I want to give you some examples of scanner class functions. Scanner class functions we have already done with next.int. In next.int method, through next.int method we are going to enter integer data type. But similarly, if we want to enter some decimal data type, we can enter through next.double. This is also scanner class function. And if it is a bigger value, then we can go for double. If it is a smaller value, we can go for next float. Next float will be used to enter any double value. Like that, next boolean is there. So, next one is only next. Next means it will be enter a key, a word, single word. Which one in this Java? In scanner class, which one is known as delimiter. So, next it will be take one tokens will be entered by next. Next line means it can enter, we can enter group of tokens. Group of tokens means you should know that scanner class always accept one word, and that one word will be converted as a tokens, and it is separated with a blank space. If we are typing one sentence, then one blank space is known as one delimiter, and that delimiter is going to separate one token from another token. But when we are using next, then it will be take a single word, but if you will write next line, then it will be take group of word. So, these all are the scanner class functions which one we are going to use in our program. Now, after this I am going to discuss about some errors. What is the errors? When you are writing a program, maybe sometime when you compile, then you will get some errors which one you can rectify, because computer is showing you that error. It is there or it is there, it will be underlined, sometime it will be white color, yellow color, or sometime it's become red also. So, you understood this point, some error is there, and we are going to check out those errors, and we will write the new syntax over there. So, those errors, if your program is not error free, then your program will not give you any output. So, whenever you will write a program, you are supposed to see that error should be removed from that program, and you should get the correct output. So, here how many types of errors are available in Java? In Java, generally 3 kind of errors are there. One is syntax error, one is logical error, and one is runtime error. Now, we will see what is syntax error. Syntax error means every language is having its own grammar. So, this grammar is following some rules and regulations. If you are not using that rules and regulations for that grammar, then you can say your language is not correct. Whatever things you are writing, that is not correct. Similarly, here also we are using computer language. Computer language is Java, and Java is also having its own syntax to write the program. And if you are not writing that proper syntax, then computer is not able to understand, computer compiler is not able to understand what you people are writing. So, you supposed to be 100% correct while you are giving instructions to the computer. And if there is some grammatical mistake, like you supposed to end your line with semicolon, but you are not giving the semicolon, then computer compiler does not understand your line was over or your line is continue. So, it will be show you some error. Similarly, if you are supposed to store some value in a variable, then you are supposed to write x is equal to 100, but you can't write 100 is equal to x. So, that is supposed if you supposed to write a statement in a proper manner, but you are not using that manner and you are writing in some other way, then it will be also give you error. So, this is known as this. If you are not writing proper statements, then improper statement is known as semantics error, and syntax error also, like semicolon mistake, or you are writing something and that spelling mistake is there, those are comes under syntax error. And that semantic errors are also due to improper statements, so it is also come under syntax error only. Now logical error. Logical error is what? Due to problem in your logic. Like if somebody says you 1 pen cost is 5 rupees and you have to find out cost of 10 pens, you are supposed to into that 5 into 10, but unfortunately you are not finding the product. In place of that you are using division sign, that means slash. That means it is not the syntax error or semantics error, but it is logic, which one you have not understood, and that's why you are applying a wrong logic. So that wrong logic, they will not give you during the compilations time, they will not show you any error, but when after the running after compilations, when you will run the program, then it will give you it will not give you your desired output. Okay, so that kind of errors is come under logical error. Now come to the next, that is runtime error. Similarly, by name you can say that if we are running a program and we are due to running of executions of program, if some error will be occur, then it is known as runtime error. So here what is happening? If you are writing a loop and in the loop you have written I is equal to 10, I is greater than 10 and I plus plus, then what will happen? I is 10, I is greater than equal to 10 and I plus plus, that condition is given like that, it condition is greater than 10, greater than equal to 10. So your I is 10 and it is condition is true, greater than equal to 10 means it is true, so it will be entered to the loop and loop will be executed, and afterward when it should be taken as decrement, it will be take increment. So always your I will be, because I have written I plus plus, so always this I plus plus will be increase the value of I, and that condition will be not false any time. Condition will be become every time true. So that will be go to infinity loop and you will not get any output. Your screen will be giving the output and it will be not stop. So you will not get your desired output. That kind of things is known comes under runtime error. If you are writing a number divided by 0, that means that number any number divided by 0 means it is infinity. It will be not give you any perfect answer. So that is also come under runtime error. If you are finding a square root of a minus number, then also it is a runtime error, because in minus for any number, if it is having minus sign, then you cannot find out its square root. So this runtime error always occur or you can find, or you can get that error after executing your program, because whenever you will write your program, it will be so you know syntax error, because you are not getting any syntax error over there. Only you can recognize, that computer can recognize your error if you have made any mistake in syntax, and that will come under syntax or semantics error. But logical error always give, after running your program, if you will not get the desired output, then you can say this is a logical error. And in runtime error, if you will not get the output, it will be continuously running like infinity loop, then you can say this is a runtime error. So I hope you are clear about your errors, you are clear about your packages, and you know you are clear about how many functions are they available, how many methods are available in scanner class we can use in our program. So why I have discussed this scanner class functions, because maybe from next classes when we will use these all functions, then you should not be there in any doubt. That's why I have make it clear. So I hope for today class this much is enough, and stay at home, be safe, bye bye.